What's up guys, Mike here, ModernmanTV. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. This is a kind of impromptu episode of ModernmanTV. I wasn't planning on filming this video or another video right now, but I talked to a bunch of you on the BluMaan community Facebook page yesterday, and after I posted some photos that I made of Joe, BluMaan himself, there was a lot of people wanting this video, so I decided I would push off the video that I had scheduled for tomorrow morning, and then I would film this and upload it right now. Let's talk a little bit about Photoshop. I am going to go through and kind of show you how I do an effect in Photoshop, but first I need to go over a couple of things. I have been doing Photoshop for like 5 years. I have a kind of large amount of knowledge about Photoshop, but I'm going to be editing the pictures differently for the sake of time and for this video. If I were to go through and do each individual little setting and tweak and motion that it takes to edit pictures, it would take me like an hour. I can't have a video that long. So I'm going to employ the use of actions. Now, actions in Photoshop is like a series of commands that have been recorded into one file so that when you hit play, it runs through those actions in rapid fire. Photoshop actions can be a really useful tool for people that are starting out, because when you download the action and you go through the process of using it, you can then learn how the effect is applied in the image, and then you can then kind of reverse manufacture it and learn how to apply the effect yourself. And this is something that I do sometimes to try and learn new effects. So that's what I did in this case. I wanted to find an effect that was new to me so then I could show it to you and show you kind of the benefit of actions, how you can learn them, learn Photoshop, create your own images, create your own artwork. And so I found one that I'm gonna show you here in a second. But before I dive into it, I want to emphasize the importance of learning Photoshop, learning the techniques, learning the tools, because as you'll see in a second, just running the action isn't the end of the process. You have to learn how to manipulate the photo. You have to have a vision, you have to have creativity, you have to know what you want it to look like, so at the end of the action, you can then manipulate it and create your own piece of art. Thanks to Joe for putting up pictures that I can use. I hope you don't mind me using your photo. I just figured everybody would be happier to see me manipulate another picture of you. And we're gonna jump right in to the Photoshop. Okay, so here we are on my desktop. I got a picture of Joe I'm gonna be working with. Hope you don't mind that I'm using your picture, Joe. And to get started, I'm going to run through why I use actions and what Photoshop actions are actually all about. I want to make it clear that actions is not the only way to make Photoshop art. You can go through each step individually, add it, and complete your effect that way, but for the sake of time, and you will see why, based on how many steps it takes to create different effects, actions a lot of times become necessary. I searched for one that I hadn't done before and thought that you guys might like, and it was pretty cool. It's this water Photoshop effect. There is a ton of steps to creating this type of effect. As you can see here, here is all the steps necessary to create the effect I'm about to show you. So after we go through all these steps, there's probably like 100, if not more, steps, we get to this result. I'm going to now just jump through here and kind of show you how we go from here to here. I can see just by reading through here, it involves an area and then a second area here. And what the areas you're gonna see me do, those are telling the action what part of Joe I want to apply the action to. I want to apply the water effect not only to all of Joe, but I want to then narrow down Joe's head to be made of water. So that's what you're going to see me do. I went ahead and just outlined Joe here to tell the action where to start. So the point of that was actually to tell the action what part of Joe that I actually want to be turned into water. So we have the full body, but we do need to go back and outline again and tell it which part of Joe I want to be turned into water, which in this case is just his head. So now the action's going to run its course, and you can see over here, if you watch this go, there's so many things going on that it would take me way longer than I would have to do a video and actually do all these steps. So that's why I was running through the action real quick. And here is the end result. It runs through it very quickly, which is really, really convenient. And now that we're here, this is where it comes into play, where you have to have knowledge of Photoshop. You can't just download an action, throw it on a picture, and expect it to, go from here and be done. That's where your personal flavor, creativity, and taste have to come into play. You have to know how to use the program, you gotta know how to manipulate the folders, and how to then change the image to something that looks better. Because to me, just leaving it at this would not be very cool. So I'm gonna run through some of these and kind of show you guys how I tweak it and make it my own. A lot of the changes you're going to see here have mostly to do with very subtle either lighting changes or using the brushes to make certain things more dynamic than other things, like his eyes and the lighting of the entire picture, his hands, the colors, how it contrasts with different parts of the picture. All of it adds up to create a better final result. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm just gonna call it good for now. I usually spend, a good deal of time going through a picture and meticulously changing things, but I think for the sake of time, I'm happy with this result. I really like this effect. I think it looks really cool. I'm curious to see if Joe even sees this. I'm not sure what he would think. Hopefully he and you guys all think it was pretty cool. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed kind of seeing me produce some kind of artwork, and I hope it inspired you guys to try out Photoshop and make your own pieces. If you guys didn't like this particular picture, show me what you would do to it, or show me the type of pictures that you like to make. I'd be happy to talk to you guys and collaborate and throw ideas around. So that's basically it. Check out my video on Wednesday too. It's a cooking video, totally off the wall from what I'm usually doing, and it was a lot of fun to make, and I'm hoping you guys like it. I'll talk to you guys on Facebook, on my channel. Throw me a comment. Remember to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see some new stuff. Remember to see it. I'll see you guys right here next time. ModernmanTV.